Mr. Has anyone signed up for public comment?
Yes.
I read that again because I wanted it on the recording that I asked about public comment. All right. Agenda item 3, we have no cases to reconsider. Is that correct? Agenda item 4, these are tax liability cases. We have 3 cases on docket 41.
Good morning. For the record, Hugh Daniel, Special Program Appeals. That is correct, Chairman Daniel. There are 3 tax liability cases on docket 41. The first case number is TD-24-030-0624. Commissioner Esparza.
Agree with staff recommendations.
Commissioner Trevino.
I agree with staff's recommendation.
And Chairman Daniel.
Agree with staff recommendation.
Thank you. The second case is TD-24-031-0624. Commissioner Esparza.
Agree with staff recommendation.
Commissioner Trevino.
I agree with staff's recommendation.
Chairman Daniel.
Agree with staff recommendation.
The third case number is TD-24-032-0724. Commissioner Esparza.
Agree with staff recommendation.
Commissioner Trevino.
I agree with staff's recommendation.
And Chairman Daniel.
Agree with staff recommendation.
Thank you. That concludes tax liability cases on this docket.
Thank you. We have no fair housing cases on agenda item 5, nothing on agenda item 6. We have on agenda item 7, we have no wage claim cases on docket 41 pulled for additional discussion.
That is correct. We have no fair housing, labor cases and no cases, wage claim cases pulled for additional discussion. However, you should have received the short form dissent list for docket 41 for the wage claims.
I move to accept staff recommendations on the remaining wage claim cases on docket 41.
I second the motion except for those cases which I am dissenting as reflected on wage claim short form dissent list for docket 41.
I concur with the chairman's motion except for the cases on which I'm dissenting is reflected in wage claim short form dissent list for docket 41.
Motion passes with the exceptions noted. Let's move now to agenda item 8, consideration of unemployment insurance cases on docket 41. Please proceed when you're ready.
Case number 3485143, Commissioner Trevino.
The AT decision is not supportable. The claimant testified that he was having difficulty with his mail and received many documents sent by the commission late, which caused him to file his petition to reopen late. Since the claimant did not receive the AT2 decision in a timely manner, the claimant's petition to reopen AT2 should be deemed timely. Reverse the AT, deem timely the claimant's petition to reopen and resubmit. However, if my fellow commissioners do not agree that the claimant's petition to reopen should be deemed timely based on the available evidence, I would agree to rehear the case in order to specifically question the claimant regarding when he received the AT2 decision.
We should affirm the AT decision. Concerning AT2, although the AT decision was sent to the claimant's correct address of record, claimant did not file a timely petition to reopen. Since there are no good cause exceptions to the timeliness rules, claimant's appeal should be dismissed as late. Late AT2, R16 petition to reopen. Late AT1, R16 petition to reopen. Misconduct, no chargeback, adequate employer response.
Untimely petition to reopen for AT2 or AT1, misconduct, no chargeback, adequate employer response.
Short form dissent, ma'am.
Thank you.
Case number 3566466, Commissioner Trevino.
The AT decision is not correct. The determinations at issue in this case were not mailed until almost a year and a half after the claimant stopped filing claims. The claimant had signed up to receive electronic correspondence, but she was having issues with her password and was unable to view her correspondence. The claimant contacted a commission representative about filing her appeal and was informed that she had submitted the required paperwork and that no further action was necessary. Since the determinations were not issued in a timely manner, and then the claimant was misinformed by a commission representative regarding the need to appeal, the claimant's appeal should be deemed timely and the case resubmitted for merits testimony. Reverse the AT, timely claimant appeal, resubmit.
We should affirm the AT decision. I understand the claimant may have had difficulty reaching a TWC representative to help her with her password and login issues. However, despite opening and accessing all 3 determinations in November of 2022, claimant still did not file her appeal until 4 months later. Thus, we do not have jurisdiction to consider the underlying merits, and the determinations at issue should remain in full force and effect. Affirm the AT decision, late claimant appeal, PUA not eligible beginning December 27th of 2020, overpayment, deny waiver.
Timely appeal, resubmit.
We will resubmit the case.
Case number 3581-223, Commissioner Sparza.
The AT decision should be reversed. The claimant quit due to medical issues. However, a medical professional never advised the claimant to resign. While the claimant stated that her doctor told her that she needed to take care of her health, this is not the equivalent of telling the claimant that she needed to quit her job. As such, the claimant quit without work-connected good cause. We should reverse the AT decision, voluntary leaving, reimbursing employer not billed, adequate employer response.
The decision is supportable and should be affirmed. The claimant resigned from her job due to an ongoing health issues, which affected her ability to perform her job tasks. The employer attempted to accommodate the claimant by reducing her work hours. However, the claimant still struggled to complete her job duties due to her medical issues, and her doctor advised her to take a leave from work to focus on her health. When the claimant met with the employer to discuss the matter, the employer had a resignation typed up for the claimant to sign and inform the claimant that if she didn't resign, they were going to have to let her go. Therefore, the claimant choosing to resign was due to her medical issues and was involuntary. Affirm the AT, no voluntary leaving, bill reimbursing employer.
Voluntary leaving, reimbursing employer not billed, adequate employer response.
Short form dissent.
I have your short form dissent.
Case number 3611-433, Commissioner Trevino.
The decision is not supportable. After calling in a little late for the AT1 hearing, the claimant was advised by a TWC representative that she had missed the hearing and that she would have to file an appeal to reopen the case. The claimant immediately filed her petition to reopen the case that same day. However, the AT1 decision was not mailed out until the next day. Therefore, until the claimant's petition to reopen predated the AT1 decision by 1 day, she was reasonably led, to believe that the appeal she filed immediately after speaking with the TWC representative would be sufficient to count as an appeal to reopen her case. Accordingly, we should deem the claimant's petition to reopen timely and have the case resubmitted for merits testimony from AT2. Reverse the AT, timely claimant petition to reopen, resubmit.
We should affirm the AT decision. Although the claimant filed an appeal, the appeal was not filed timely. Since the claimant received the AT decision, and moreover, since there are no good cause exceptions to timeliness rules, we should find that the claimant's R16 petition to reopen was late and leave the underlying AT decision in full force and effect. Late Rule 16 petition to reopen, voluntary leaving, overpayment.
Timely petition to reopen, resubmit.
We will resubmit the case.
Case number 3634005, Commissioner Trevino.
The decision is not supportable. The employer discharged the claimant for what it deemed to be insufficient writing quality. The employer never warned the claimant that his writing quality was placing his job in jeopardy, and they presented no real evidence of the claimant's alleged poor work product. Since writing quality is largely subjective, and the employer never formally warned the complainant that his work product was putting his job in jeopardy, the employer did not meet its burden of showing that the claimant was discharged for misconduct connected with the work. Reverse the AT, no misconduct, bill reimbursing employer, void adequate response.
We should modify the AT decision. After having previously met the employer's expectations, the claimant's unexplained decline in performance constituted misconduct connected with the work. Modify the AT decision, misconduct, reimbursing employer not billed, sever the adequate response issue.
No misconduct, bill reimbursing employer, void adequate response.
Short form dissent.
I have your short form dissent.
Case number 3640987, Commissioner Trevino.
The AT decision should be reversed. The claimant, a school teacher, was informed by the employer that her contract was not going to be renewed due to her inability to perform the job to the employer's satisfaction, and was given the option to resign in lieu of termination. Since the claimant was given the option to resign rather than be terminated by the non-renewal of her contract, the employer initiated the job separation. The claimant performed the work to the best of her ability, but was unable to effectively complete her job duties due to the numerous discipline issues she experienced in her classroom without proper support. There is no evidence that the claimant had ever been able to perform her job to the employer's satisfaction, and the employer provided no evidence that the claimant was warned that her inability to meet their expectations could result in termination. Therefore, the claimant was discharged for reasons other than misconduct connected with the work. Reverse the AT, no misconduct, bill reimbursing employer.
We should modify the AT decision. The claimant was aware of her job responsibilities, which involved managing a special education level English class. Claimant managed the classroom like a standard classroom, did not complete relevant reports, and set aside required tasks for the job. Although the claimant alleged being overwhelmed, she worked for the employer for approximately 9 months without requesting assistance. Moreover, rather than adapting and changing her approach several months into the job, the claimant continued to operate her classroom as a standard English class and failed to meet her job responsibilities. As such, the claimant mismanaged her position of employment. We should modify the AT decision, misconduct, reimbursing employer not billed.
Misconduct, reimbursing employer not billed.
Short form dissent.
Case number 3647560, Commissioner Esparza.
The AT decision should be reversed. The employer stated that the claimant was discharged for creating a hostile work environment. The employer also stated that the claimant was making comments to other sales representatives that the company was deceitful and unethical place to work, which resulted in the other employers reporting the claimant's comments to management. Due to the claimant not appearing at the AT hearing, the employer was the only party to provide sworn testimony, and that testimony should be given greater weight. Since the claimant's action resulted in employees bringing complaints to management, the claimant was not acting in the employer's best interest and mismanaged his position of employment. Accordingly, we should reverse the AT decision, misconduct.
The decision should be affirmed. The employer discharged the complainant for allegedly creating a hostile work environment. However, the employer failed to provide any firsthand testimony or direct evidence to support its claim about the claimant's conduct. Additionally, only specific actions cited by the employer in support of their allegation that the claimant created a hostile work environment occurred after the claimant's discharge. Therefore, the employer failed to meet its burden of establishing that the claimant was discharged for misconduct connected with the work. Affirm the AT, no misconduct.
Misconduct.
Short form dissent.
I have your short form dissent.
Case number 3760087, Commissioner Trevino.
The AT decision is not supportable. Regarding the timeliness of the claimant's appeal, the claimant's testimony that she filed in a timely appeal, which was not received by the commission, was corroborated by the testimony of a disinterested party. Therefore, the claimant's appeal should be deemed timely. Regarding the separation, the claimant complained to the employer throughout her short period of employment regarding consistent harassment concerns. The complainant was transferred, but several days after she was transferred, the complainant was subjected to an extremely inappropriate and offensive comment made to her directly by a supervisor, leading the claimant to quit immediately. Though the claimant did not report the comment, since the claimant had previously complained about ongoing harassment, and since the harassment in the final incident was so egregious, the complainant had good cause connected with the work for quitting rather than filing yet another harassment complaint. Reverse the AT, timely claimant appeal, no voluntary leaving, chargeback.
We should modify the AT decision. First, I don't contest the timeliness of the claimant's appeal. Concerning the job separation, when the claimant alleged harassment, the employer took prompt action by transferring the claimant to a new department. Thereafter, when the claimant was dissatisfied with her new work environment, the claimant quit without addressing her concerns with management or communicating with HR. By quitting without providing the employer with an opportunity to remedy her concerns, the claimant's separation was voluntary and without work-connected good cause. As such, we should modify the AT decision, timely claimant appeal, voluntary leaving, no chargeback.
Timely appeal, no voluntary leaving, chargeback.
Short form dissent.
That is the last pulled case for the UI cases on docket 41. You should have received the short form dissent list for docket.
Move we accept staff recommendations on the remaining UI cases on docket 41.
I second the motion except for those cases which I am dissenting, as reflected on the UI short form dissent list for docket 41.
I concur with the chairman's motion, except for the cases on which I am dissenting as reflected in UI short form dissent list for docket 41.
Motion passes with the exceptions noted. Let's just take a real short recess.
Thank you. Okay, we're back in session. I have requested that staff postpone consideration of agenda item 9. That's updates to the board contract year 2025 childcare performance measures and targets. I got a couple more questions I need a briefing on, and I don't believe there's an executive director's report or a legislative report today. So is there any other order of business to come before the commission?
And here,
Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
Chairman, I move to adjourn.
A second.
It's been moved second to adjourn, and we're adjourned.